My name is Simon Frederick. I am called a filmmaker, a photographer, a writer, director, and broadcaster. I have made several documentaries that appear on BBC, Netflix, etc. I've done work for Apple TV. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. I hold the distinct honor of having the largest collection of portraits to be acquired by England's National Portrait Gallery, and that happened in 2018. And I hope in the next year to break that record by extending the number of portraits that are in that collection. That collection is called Black is the New Black, and that's the title of my first documentary, which became a hit in England on the BBC, and is now available not only on the BBC on their iPlayer, but also in the UK on Netflix. Last year, I directed my first play. I'm a cancer survivor, and it's really important for me to advocate especially for Black people and our cancer journeys, because there is a mythology that Black people don't get cancer, and that is absolute nonsense. We do, and we should get ourselves checked and monitored, etc., etc., because cancer ain't nice. I don't know, because it was not something that it wasn't a dream of mine as a child. I suppose growing up in London, I didn't see many people that, that seemed like a world that was far away from me and not accessible to me. But I was always interested in art. I remember that, you know what Grenadian parents are like, older Grenadian parents. They are, you try and pursue a career in creative industries and they're like, why are you doing that? You're not going to make any money. This is, they think that you're playing, yeah. And I remember my father asking me if I wanted to go into the telecoms industry with him. He worked in the telecoms industry. And I said no, I wanted to go to college to become a graphic designer. And he asked me, he said, you want to go where? To do what? What, you want to go and smoke weed and play around? I was like, no, I don't even smoke weed. So, it's things like that. And unfortunately, those beliefs still stand today, yeah. And Grenada is a deeply conservative society, and there is sometimes a disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation in terms of what's possible. So, in my role, what I would like to do is to basically show the older generation that it is possible to have a very, very successful career in the arts, a career where you don't have to have a 9 to 5, but you can, the things that you dream in your mind, you can make them real, and you can monetize that, yeah, and you can have a nice life doing that. People like Steve McQueen, Grenadian, myself, Grenadian, Kwame Keyama, Grenadian, and countless others. We are able to have a career in the arts that is viable, and not too risky. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm here. I'd heard a lot of people complaining about Gen Zs, complaining that they were, a bit feckless, a bit whatless, that they complained a lot, but also that they were a bit lazy. And I saw it a bit differently, because I saw a group of people that were using social media, right? Using their phones, as we're doing now, to film this, yeah? Using their phones to create industry, to create careers, that they don't teach in school. So things have changed. So when I made The Outsiders, which was my kind of my love letter to Black Gen Zs who are killing it around the world, which is available for free on YouTube, by the way, all 6 episodes. One of the things that I negotiated in that was that this 6 episodes weren't behind a subscription, that I believe that there are people all around the world that could benefit from it, but a lot of people don't have money for subscriptions. So if we were going to make this show and make it in the way that was going to benefit people, yeah, that we should make it free and easily accessible. So that's why it's on YouTube. Yeah. It influences everything. Yeah, it's like I was born in London, but ever since I could walk or talk, right? You know, I've been a son of the soil, right? I think I first arrived in Grenada when I was about 2 or 3. I think when I was 5, I spent 5 years here going to primary school, and we left when I was 10. But you know, I think Grenada runs in my veins. You know, I think there are a lot of people who don't really rate or give due respect to diasporal Grenadians. Yeah, I think people are like we're on the island and we're struggling here or whatever it is, and you guys just want to come in and swan in or whatever. Yeah, that's not the case at all. You know, it's when I come in, I have a profile that I can help. I'm connected to the worldwide industry of creativity. So I come with a plug and a cord, and I'm come to plug you in, yeah, and to help bring people through. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, there's no point in being here, yeah. And I don't have competition. I'm not anybody's competition, and I'm not here to compete with anyone. I have my own lane, yeah, right. And my own lane is my lane, right. And your lane can be your lane. Right? But it's not competition. I think that a lot of people here in Grenada should stop that nonsense, because it is nonsense. Yeah, and you know, it's like you should never spit in the hand of a man who's holding his hand down to help you.
Right, it's feeding.
Yeah, that is trying to help you feed. Yeah, because we can all be kind of like want to be a big fish in a very small pond. Yeah. But you know, it's like a fish that swims in a goldfish bowl, yeah, never gets to experience how to swim in the ocean. Yeah, and that's one thing about being a storyteller. I'm great with euphemisms. Ooh, big question. Like I said before, I think Grenada's had a huge influence on world stories. One thing about, someone once told me that revolutions, when they happen, they have multiple effects on other things. Yeah. So when Grenada had its revolution, it affected the world in really profound ways. Even the thinking of Maurice Bishop. You know, there was I met some older white men. You know, well-to-do, very affluent, and we're at this dinner, and they asked me where I was really from, and I told them that my parents were from Grenada, and they went into this long thing about how much they admired the philosophies of Maurice Bishop, and it shocked me. It shouldn't shock me, but it shocked me. But it shocked me because I'm always surprised by how many people know this place, how many people love it, how many people keep coming back here. But also I'm always surprised by the influence it has, this place has on world culture.